Hello, beautiful people. How are you today? Hope everything's good for you. It's pretty good here in the Midwest. It's a beautiful 65-degree day, late April. It's getting ready to switch over to May here in a couple of days, but for the meantime, we have beautiful weather, and for the foreseeable future, the weather looks good enough that we can go ahead and start planting some things outside. I've got some overgrown plants. I had quite the catastrophe in the last thunderstorm that was about a week ago, but nonetheless, time to transplant some plants. So let me show you what I got going on. Here are our transplants. Got a lot of plants here. Now, I had these hardening off for about a week now. I had them sitting up here, but my gutter had clogged up on the end where the drain was, and it started overflowing. It absolutely decimated these plants. Now, it didn't do any real harm to them. It just overflowed, got some of the dirt out of them, knocked them senseless, knocked them all down, so I couldn't really get them to stand back up straight. So I just set them over here on this table. That way they still got the sunlight, and then in the afternoon, the indirect light to keep hardening them off, give them more and more, scooting it out more and more at a time. But they should be ready to go. And there is multiple varieties of tomatoes and multiple varieties of peppers. But that's what we're working with. And we still have some over there. We still have some next to that. We still have some downstairs that need to come out that have been also hardening off, but I don't have no room, so I've been having to take them in and out every day. Nice healthy plants, no problems whatsoever other than the leaning over, but that's not an issue. Little stake, trellis, they should be fine. Time to start situating them and figuring out where I'm going to plant what. Let's start putting them together. I've got all of my tomatoes laid out in the order I want to put them in by variety. We have Garden Leader Monster, Delicious, Beefsteak, and Super Sweet. We have 2 rows of each one, 6 plants of each. That's enough to give us a nice variety for canning, freezing, eating, slicing, selling, whatever we want to do. Not to mention I have a bunch more different varieties as well. We will be planting some in a row back here in grow bags in between this bed and the strawberries. And over here are our determinate tomatoes. These are Roma. These are our sauce tomatoes, mainly. We usually use these for sauces and tacos. Whenever we do some tacos, I like I like Roma tomatoes in my tacos. We got the onions, carrots, potatoes, and we got a bunch of fruit. But today we're going to be focusing on planting our nightshades. All right, so here we have a Garden Leader Monster tomato plant. Very healthy, very beautiful plant, and it's ready to go in the dirt. If you can see, we have a bunch of root knots. The good thing about a tomato plant is you can bury this deep, and the deeper you bury it, the more roots form from it. Each one of these bumps will protrude roots from it if given the opportunity. You can see that since I've had all these plants really close together and it's been somewhat of a high humidity, it's produced them knobs. No big deal. You can choose to bury it deep, or you can just bury it where you want, however you want. There's multiple ways to do this. There's no certain way to do it. You don't have to do anything. You can do whatever you feel. But like I said, this is a Garden Leader Monster, so these are some pretty big tomatoes. Let me go ahead and get rid of this lower. And all I do, dig a nice deep hole, put it in, add in some dry amendment nutrients, and give her a nice little water, nice little drink, And if she needs trellis, you trellis them up. I will be trellising these plants up. I don't have the trellis built right now, but it's very easy to build, no big deal. I'll be building a overhead trellis system. I'm going to be implementing a Florida weave system on the Roma tomatoes, as well as the peppers. The eggplant will probably get a tomato cage to make it easy. I don't want to bombard my entire grow area here with a bunch of trellis systems to make it difficult to move around. But nonetheless, let me show you how I plant these tomatoes. Okay, so I'm going to move my plant out of the way. I'm going to pull back the mulch where I'm going to decide to plant. With the hole dug, I'm going to add in some all-purpose granulated fertilizer. Not quite a handful, just a nice sprinkle. And this is a 4-4-4, the MPK ratio. As long as these are similar to each other, around about a 4-4-4, a 5-5-5, a 6-3-4, 4-3-6, you know, as long as they're moderately close together, it'll work just fine. You don't want anything that's high in any one of those. And bone meal. This is my secret ingredient. Get a little dusting. That's going to help out with root development as well as developing nice fruit. It's high in calcium and high in phosphorus because it is broken down or dehydrated and broken down bone. I'm not going to do too much to these roots. Don't want to disturb too much, but I am going to break up just the bottom just so they can explore out. Give it a nice firm. Now I'm going to do the same thing. Sprinkle just a little bit on the top, as well as the granulated fertilizer. Work that into the top inch or so of soil. Recover with your mulch. And I'm going to leave my cup right here so I know what variety this is until I tag it. And that's it. That's pretty much how I plant all of my tomato plants if they're in ground as well as container gardening. We got some nice healthy worms. Beautiful. There you go, little guy. There we go. Now I'm going to move on. I'm going to finish out this complete bed, and I'll bring you back when I'm done. So it's been about 3 weeks or so since I've transplanted these tomatoes, and they are looking spectacular. Take a look. Spectacular. They've exploded with growth, and like I said, it's been about 3 weeks. Each one of them got the same exact treatment. They got transplanted the exact same way. They are all a nice, beautiful, luscious green. Don't see any issues whatsoever. I did come in and get rid of a lot of underneath anything that was pretty much on the ground. Try to stop any early blight or any soil-borne diseases before they even start. This trellis, I installed this trellis. This is just a mini pergola style. These are just regular old tomato hooks you can find online. You just unhook, unroll, go back up. That's going to allow your plant to drop. These are indeterminate tomatoes, so they are going to keep growing until the frost kills them. Once they get to that point, I'm just going to undo them, bring them down. Then I will cut off the next few sets of leaves, and then I will lean the plant over, which is perfectly fine. These tomatoes are vines. They can handle it perfectly fine. This pergola took me about an hour to put up. Not too bad. Just consisted of 2 4x4s, 2 2x4x10s, and about 4 1x1s. About 10 foot. I just cut them all up. These are 3 foot. That's 3 foot. And as you can see, we have 3 hooks on each one. Right here at the end. Right there in the middle. And then right there at the end. So altogether there's 24 plants in here. And they are doing great. We've already got some clusters going. And we've already got our first cluster of actual tomatoes. Looking beautiful. The next round is up here. These are the Garden Leader Monster. Beautiful color. So that's it. We will continue to follow these ladies as they progress and give us fruit all year long. Well, all summer long, I should say. Our last frost is usually about the middle of October, the end of October. So until then, they will just keep producing and keep producing and keep producing. So I hope this was helpful. If you guys did find it helpful, like this video, subscribe, stick around, watch all the fruit that these ladies produce for us. And we've also got a bunch of other stuff. As you guys already know, we got potatoes, we got carrots, we got determinate tomatoes, which just grow to a certain point and then produce their fruit. Onions, eggplants, corn. There's our peppers. Here's a hydroponic system that the peppers are going in. Stay tuned for that. Like this video, subscribe. I'm sure you're going to want to see that. And alright guys, we'll see you in the next one. Keep growing.